Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, what is going on, boys? Happy freaking New Year. 2025 is finally here and I am super excited. I can't believe how fast 2024 went by. It feels like just a month ago that I moved into my apartment in Sarasota and now I am living out here in Tampa with Steph in a beautiful house with a beautiful setup, still a work in progress. Follow me on my TikTok at Tells on Top, literally posting on there every single day, just random things, life updates, everything of that nature. But this year, man, it is our time to shine. I have so many ideas running through my head. I am so excited for what this year has to offer. I'm going all gas, no brakes this year, whether it be trading, posting on YouTube, posting on TikTok, working on my business, my social media agency, all of that kind of stuff, working out, dieting, reading more, sleeping better. I'm locking in with it. I have been locked in with it about the last month. December, I started thinking, why don't I just start all of these things now? I did, and then rolling into 2025, I feel like I have kicked off this year with such a strong foot. But yesterday, Steph and I were at a New Year's party and we're talking to a lot of these people who are of extreme value. I met a lot of super cool people, talked to a lot of super cool people. It honestly just made me realize there really is levels to life, especially being a man like myself and the majority of my audience, as my analytics have told me. But pretty much I've gotten to the point where I have fully stopped caring about what other people think. I feel like I have fully started to kind of shift my perspective into more of a kind of thing where I'm like, okay, I want to make money, but I want to make money for the right reasons, and I'm not going to allow how much money I make dictate the way that I think about myself, because often last year the way that I would think is I'm not making too much money right now, or maybe I had a slow month, maybe I traded bad, maybe I didn't really make that much money, and I always let that dictate how I felt about myself. I would look at myself in the mirror, and if I wasn't making money, even back when I worked in my old job, I used to think so low of myself just because I didn't really make that much money. Such a tiring existence. And I was talking to a lot of these people at this party yesterday, and a lot of these people, keep in mind that Steph and I were probably the youngest people there by about 5 years, but I'm talking to these people, whether it be top car salesmen in Florida, YouTubers, 7-8 million subscribers, crypto millionaires, Forex trading millionaires, all these different people that are all here. I'm talking to all of them and they're giving me a lot of insight on their lives, and they're pretty much just telling me I have to stop living my life for the money. I have to stop chasing the money. I have to stop feeling like the only reason that I can give myself personal validation and be proud of myself is by a number in my bank account. But at the end of the day, the things that really matter are, you know, your the people that you love, your friends, your family, God, you know, your riches are in heaven. That's what this one guy told me. He said, I'm not, you know, he makes however much, multi-millionaire, super successful dude, but he says, you know, the biggest thing in his life is his wife and his dog. And he just like, he makes all this money, but his bills are paid for. He can take care of his family. He drives a Nissan Altima, and you know, he doesn't let the money dictate his life. And I feel like, especially as a young person, you know, you see a lot of these things online all the time of people flexing all their stuff, especially young people, and it's super easy to compare myself to all of these people who have different things. You go online, I see the kids with the Lamborghinis, I see the kids with the houses, the money, the cars, the watches, the clothes, the jewelry, all of this stuff, but it's hard not to compare myself to them when it's all I see. Anytime I open up Instagram, anytime I open up TikTok, anytime I go on YouTube, it feels like the world has taught me, feel like I have been brainwashed into thinking that my value comes from how much money I make. And obviously it doesn't matter, and I've gotten to the point where I really just want to keep it as real as I can with you guys. I want to build a personal connection with all of you guys. I want you guys to look at me and see another normal dude. Every single one of these people that I met who are crazy successful in life, I'm talking to them and they're just normal dudes. Like, they're really, you know, they go about their own life, they do normal person things, they just do normal person things. And I feel like, you know, you often look at these people differently. I feel like, especially who is someone in my shoes who still is kind of on the bottom of their journey, or kind of still on the pretty much the start, the come up of their journey, you know, you look up to these people and you put them on a pedestal just because you want to be like them so much. But if you ever actually have a conversation with them, you realize they're just normal people, and they're actually really not that much different from you from a human standpoint. At the end of the day, everyone is all human, and we all go through the same things. We're all kind of just winging life and trying to do our very best at it. Like, yeah, these people have made a lot of money, but that's just because they found something that they were passionate in. They made money because the money followed them, because they pursued something that they were passionate in, or they put the work in. The money followed, right? They focused on building a good product or building a good service around something that they were passionate about, something that they enjoyed to do, and the money followed. They became successful because they didn't chase the money. And it's kind of ironic because, at least from what I've heard from all these people, is like, you'll make the most money when you stop focusing on making money. So I have stopped focusing on making money. Obviously, it's still a thing that I want to do, but I am just now focused on becoming a better version of myself. I'm just focused on creating good content. Even if it's not the best content, as long as I can get a video out a couple of times a week, post on my TikTok, work on my business, listen to a podcast, read a book, get good sleep, diet, everything like I said earlier, I know that if I continue to work on myself step by step like that, all of these things are then going to fall into place and the money will eventually follow me. And another thing for me is like, I always found myself beating myself up so much just because I felt like I was so behind. But I look at all these people, they're so much older than me. I'm like, I'm 20 years old and I compare myself to the very top 1%. Like, I don't want to compare myself to anyone anymore except for the person I see in the mirror. Steph was saying this to me, thinks I compare myself to other people way too much. The only person that I need to live for and to impress is God and the man that I see in the mirror, or myself. I don't know how this mic quality is, but my microphone just completely took a shit, so I just took this thing off and I have to go buy a new one because that thing is totally cooked right now. What I was saying is that I used to beat myself up so much because I constantly was living for validation from others. I wanted to make people think that I looked cool, I was doing cool things, I was making a lot of money, I was, you know, super successful. This image of myself, I just wanted to paint this image of myself, and it's like, for what, bro? People are not going to care if I drive a cool car. They might care for a second. They'll probably, if I post something about it, they'll look at it for a second and go, oh, that's cool, Mark got a cool car, he has a nice watch, and they'll scroll by and then they'll go back to worrying about their own problems. And that's kind of what I've realized. I have to just stop living for validation from others. I hope you guys can take away something from this, and if there's any of you guys out there that kind of do the same thing or are so in your head about wanting to be so successful, comparing yourself to other people, living for validation from others, I am telling you guys right now, even over the course of the last week, I have shifted my mindset so much more to the fact where I'm just gonna say, fuck it, dude. Everyone's just fucking winging it, dude. No one knows even exactly what they're doing, and if you're young like me, I promise you, you're not behind. I've been told that I'm not behind, and even just the fact that I am so obsessed with my future and I want such big things is a telltale sign that I am going to have all these things one day, and it's just a matter of time. And right now, this year, is the time to do it. Change your habits. That brings me into my next topic, which is changing your habits this year. Every single day you wake up, you need to be doing something that is going to make you better. It sounds cliche, but I was hearing a lot about this last night at this party as well. You can't say, oh, 2025 is going to be my new year. I'm going to do this, and this. But if you wake up and do the exact same thing that you were doing last year when you didn't accomplish anything, then what makes you think that anything is going to be different? Nothing changes if nothing changes, which is why each day I wake up and I've taken on new habits. I've committed myself to posting more on YouTube, posting more on TikTok, setting aside an hour to 2 hours of my time per day to study ad marketing, to study media marketing, Facebook ads, how to run them, and then another ad to, either work on work that I do for my clients, whatever. All these things, I have set up things in place that I have committed myself to day in and day out to do that I know are going to show me results if I continue to do these things over and over and over again. And it is a repetitive process, but each day, these are things that I'm doing that are going to make me better in the long run. Even if it's just a tiny bit, even if I just show up and give a tiny percent effort, all of those things over the course of the entire year are going to add up. I necessarily haven't made a lot of money over the course of the last year, but where I was mentally, spiritually, my relationship with God, my relationship with a lot of my friends, the connections that I've made, now where I live, I live in this beautiful house in Tampa. I have a great family, I'm healthy, I have a great relationship with my friends, a great relationship with God that is ever growing, and I want to get as close to him as I possibly can. He's just blessed me so much, given me everything that I have. So it's like there's more to life than just making a lot of money. Like, obviously, as a young man, I want to make a lot of money. I want to be able to support my family, help my sister go to school, just all of that kind of things, all of that kind of freedom. I want the freedom that comes with money, and I do want some materialistic things. I'm not gonna lie, I am a very materialistic person, and I do want cool things, but mostly I want to help people out, give back to the community, give back to people who have helped me get to where I am. So it's like, don't always focus on money as progress, because I have made so much progress over the course of the last year in every other aspect of my life besides money. Every other aspect of my life besides money, I have made such good progress, and I feel like I don't give myself nearly enough credit for that, when I should be giving myself credit for that, because at the end of the day, I work to be in the position that I am. And sure, I'm not gonna lie, I have been handed out things on a silver platter. I have taken a lot of handouts over the course of the last year. However, they are opportunities that were presented to me, and I would be an idiot if I turned them down. But with all that being said, that's gonna wrap up this video. I know that was a complete yap session, but I love you guys so much, and I hope that you are super locked in and ready to absolutely crush this year. Remember what I said, lock in, wake up every single day wanting to be better, change your habits. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Make this your year. Cut out all the distraction. Anything that is distracting you, anything that is not going to make you better, cut it out. Level up your circle. Surround yourself with people who want more. Surround yourself with people who make you feel like a fucking loser. And it sounds harsh, but in my friend group right now, the people that I was hanging out with last night, even Steph, my two closest friends, I always shout them out, Steph and Habibi. Out of the three of us, I am like a little minnow and they are like sharks. The people that I met through Steph, they are like megalodons. And then I'm literally just a little tadpole in the pond. But every time I see these people and I talk to them, it makes me want to level up. Surround yourself with people who are winners and you will become a winner. Wake up every day wanting to do better. Change your habits. Read a book. Listen to a podcast. Go to the gym. Post on TikTok. Stop giving a fuck about what anyone thinks about you. Even your closest friends, if they talk shit about you, whatever, fuck them. Because one day, guess what? They're gonna come back when all your shit's blown up, when you're rich, when you're successful, when you have a family, a house, all these things, a great relationship with God. When you have every single thing that you put the work in for, every single thing that you worked for, they are going to come back and say, hey, I doubted you and I made fun of you when I shouldn't, and now I want you to teach me how to do it. It was truly just a genuine speech from the heart, something that I wanted to get off of my chest, kind of just verbally say out loud, so that also for myself that I have a message to look back on. At the end of 2025, I want to be able to look back on this video and say, damn, I have come so freaking far. Give myself a pat on the back and be so proud of myself for the progress that I've made. If you made it to the end of this video, I love you guys so much. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. I'm so excited for what this year has to offer, and I'm so excited to see what you guys do this year as well. We're all in this together. At the end of the day, like I said, we're all human. We're all in this together, and we're all just trying to find our purpose in this life, whatever it may be. But with that being said, I love you guys so much. Happy New Year, and God bless. I'll see you later.